Hello students, welcome to Tunga online classes. Today we shall discuss the remaining problems based on unweighted index number. Here third problem is from the following data calculate unweighted arithmetic mean, B unweighted geometric mean. Here they are given items price in 2010 and price in 2012. Here 2010 is the base year and 2012 is the current year. Here price in 2010 is denoted by P naught and directly taken P naught value, and price in 2012 is denoted by P1. I took P1 value. Okay, here we have to apply the formula, that is first one solution unweighted arithmetic mean. AM means arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean index number is unweighted arithmetic mean index number is P naught 1 equal to sum of P by sum of P by n. Here P is a price relative. Then how to calculate price relative? It is the ratio of prices in the current year as expressed as a percentage of the prices in the base year. Okay, here price relative is denoted by P. P equal to P1 by P naught into 100. P equal to P1 by P naught equal to 100. Here P1 value is what? We have to calculate individually. Okay. P1 value is what? 29 and P naught value is 26. 29 divided by 26 into 100, then we get 111.53. 111.53. The next second value 40 divided by 42 into 100, then we get 95.23. 95.23. The next third value 24 divided by 20 into 100, then we get 120. The next value is 16. 16 divided by 16 into 100 is 100. Next 60 divided by 50 into 100 is 120. You have to add all these values. If you want sum of P, you have to add all these values. 120 plus 100 plus 120 plus 95.23 plus 111.53. Then we get 546.76. 546.76. Sum of P is 546.76. You have to substitute the values. Sum of P is 546.76 divided by n. That is the number of items. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number of items are 5. 546 divided by 5 is 109.35. 109.35. It is a arithmetic mean. Unweighted arithmetic mean index. Okay. Next, we have to find unweighted geometric mean index number is P naught 1. We have to apply formula, that is antilog of sum of log P by unweighted geometric index number is P naught 1 equal to sum of antilog of sum of log P by n. Antilog of sum of log P by n. We have to find log of P. We require log P value. You have to find logarithm, that is log P. The log 111.53 is 2.047. 2.0473. 2.0473. The next log of 95.23 is 1.9787. 1.9787. Next log of 120 is 2.0 0.0791. Log of 100 is 1. Sorry, 2. Log of 100 is 2. Log of 120 is 2.0791. We want sum of log p, that is 2.0473 plus 1.9787 plus 2.0791 plus 2 plus 2.0791. Then we get 10.184. 184. That is of the values. Anti-log of sum of log p is 10.1842 divided by 5. Number of atoms of 5. Here anti-log of 10.1842 divided by 5 is 2.203. 2.03684. Anti-log of 2.03684 is 108.85. 108.85. It is a unweighted geometric mean index number. That's what it. Here they are asking. It is a 5 marks question, very important. From the following data, calculate unweighted arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Here they are given prices in 2010 and prices in 2012. Here 2010 is the base year and 2012 is the current year. Here current base year is divided by P0 and current year is P1. Okay. Here you have to apply formula, that is arithmetic mean formula is P0 equal to sum of P by n. Okay. Here P is the price relative. We have to calculate P values. Here P equal to P1 by P0 into 100. Okay. Then find all the values. We require sum of P. Then substitute the values, that we get 109.35. The next one is unweighted geometric mean index number. We have to apply formula, that is anti-log of sum of log P by n. Here you have to find log of P value. That is log of P value. Log of 111.53 is 2.0473 up to so on. Log of 120 is 2.0791. We require sum of log P, that is 10.1842. That is hospital values. Then you get 108.84. Here, one note. 1 marks question. Why an index number based on AM will be higher than an index number based on GM? Why an index number based on AM arithmetic mean is higher than an index number based on GM? It is a 1 marks question. Because arithmetic mean gives better weightage to the arithmetic mean gives better weightage to the bigger items. So arithmetic mean, which is used, arithmetic mean is better. Arithmetic mean is bigger than geometric mean. See here, arithmetic mean value is what? 109.35 and geometric mean value is 108.5. Here, arithmetic mean is greater than geometric mean because here arithmetic mean gives better weightage to the bigger items. Arithmetic mean gives better weightage to the bigger items. That's why an index number based on AM would be higher than an index number based on JM. Here, always arithmetic mean, unweighted arithmetic mean is always greater than geometric mean. So, an index number based on arithmetic mean would be higher than an index number based on GM. Okay, it is about the unweighted index number. Okay, the next point is, next we shall discuss the weighted index number. Weighted price index number. Next concept is weighted index number. Weighted price index number. Here, the totally methods of index number. The totally two methods are there. One is weighted index number, sorry, unweighted index number, and second one is weighted index number. What is unweighted index number? The weights are not assigned to the various items. The weights are not assigned to the various items. Is called as a unweighted index number. Then what is a weighted price index number? The weights are assigned to the weights are assigned to the weights are assigned to the various items. Various items. The weights are assigned to the various items according to their relative importance. According to their relative importance. Is called weighted index number. The weights are assigned to the various items according to their relative importance. Here, see, here they are given items, price, and with respect to weights. Suppose items A, price is 20 and weight is 2. Here, price with respect to weights. Here, the weights are assigned to the various items according to the relative importance is called as weighted index number or weighted price index number. Here, there are totally two types of weighted index numbers are there. One is weighted aggregative method. Weighted aggregative method or index number, weighted aggregative index number. Weighted aggregative index number. Second one is B, weighted average relatives. Average relatives index number. Weighted average relatives index number. Okay, here there are totally two types. One is weighted aggregate index number and second one is weighted average relatives index number. First, we shall discuss the weighted aggregative index number. Weighted aggregative index number. Here the term aggregative means overall. The aggregative means overall, total. In weighted aggregative index number, we have to assign quantities. In weighted aggregative index number, we have to assign quantities. The sum of the weighted aggregative index numbers are the sum of the important weighted aggregative index numbers are given as follows. The sum of the important weighted aggregative index numbers are given as follows. Here there are totally 6 weighted aggregate index numbers are there. The first one is last past price index number. Last past price index number. It is the first one. Last past price index number. Here it is denoted by P01L. Here P01L means here last L means last pair, P01 means price index number. Here price index number is denoted by P01. That is last pair's price index number. That is sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into 100. P01 equal to sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into 100. Here in last class here base year quantities are base year quantities are used as a weights. Here the base year quantities are used as a weights. Here Q0 is the base year. Okay, numerator Q0 and denominator is also Q0. Here Q0. Here base year quantities are used as a weight. Here price, current year price into base year quantity. The next base year price into base year quantities. Here the last price index number, base year quantities are used as a weights on both the sides. Q0 and Q0. Numerator, okay. Numerator and denominator Q0 and Q0. That is the last price index number. That is P01 equal to sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into 100. Here P1 Q0 means current year price into base year quantity, base year price into base year quantity. It is about the last price index number. Second, purchase price index number. Purchase price index number. Here purchase price index number is denoted by P01 P. Purchase price index number is denoted by P01 P. That is equal to sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. Purchase price index number, that is P01 P equal to sum of P1 Q0, sorry, sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. Here the current year quantities are taken as weights. Here the current year quantities are taken as weights. Q1 and Q1. Okay, numerator Q1 and denominator is also Q1. Okay, last class Q0 and Q0. Okay, here the base year quantities are taken as weights. Okay, in this case the current year quantities are taken as weights. Here current year quantities are used as a weights. Current year quantities are used as a weights. Okay, the next third one, Marshall-Erskine price index number. Third one, Marshall-Erskine price index number. P means price index number. Here Marshall-Erskine price index number is denoted by P01 M. That is Marshall price index number P01 M or ME. ME also. Here the average of base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. Here the average of base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. In Marshall index number, so to take both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. weights. See here, sum of P1 Q0 plus Q1 divided by 2, sum of P0 Q0 plus Q1 divided by 2 into, in this case, in mass adjustment index number, the average of both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. See here, average Q0 plus Q1 divided by 2. Here also Q0 plus Q1 divided by 2. Here is the average of base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. Okay, can we simplify into sum of P1 Q0 into Q0 plus sum of P1 Q1 2 to cancel, divided by sum of P0 into Q0, sum of P0 into Q0 plus sum of P0 into Q1, sum of P0 into Q1 into, it is ME. Okay, it is a Marshall index. Here an average of both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. Here, an average of both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. It is about Marshall adjustment index. The next fourth one is Darvish Bowles price index number. PIN means price index number. Darvish Bowles price index number. Darvish Bowles price index number is denoted by P01 dB. P01 dB. That is Darvish Bowles price index number. Here, the Darvish Bowles price index number is the arithmetic mean of last pass and passes index number. It is the arithmetic mean of last pass and passes index number. Means arithmetic mean is divided by 2. That is 1 by 2 into P01L plus P01P. Here P01 dB equal to 1 by 2 into P01L plus P01P. P01P. It is the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean means what? A plus B divided by 2. Okay, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3. Here it is the arithmetic mean of last pass and passes. Here the total 2 averages are there. That is last pass and passes. Therefore, we have to take divide by 2. That is P01L plus P01P divided by 2. Or P01 dB equal to sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 plus sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. See, into 100 divided by 2. Otherwise, 1 by 2 into sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 plus sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. See, it is the arithmetic mean divided by 1 by 2. Arithmetic mean of last pair. Last pair is what? Sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 plus passes sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1. That is A plus B divided by 2 into 100. Okay. Here I am not using 100 because I am to directly P0 on L answer. P0 on L answer and P0 on P answer. Therefore, we have to take only 1 by 2 into P0 on L plus P0 on P. Okay. It is about Darvish Bowles index number. The next fifth one is Fisher's price index number. That is P01P equal to, sorry, F equal to Fisher's price index number. Here the Fisher's price index number is the geometric mean of Fisher's price index number is the geometric mean of last pass and passes index number. That is P01 equal to sum of under root of P01L into P01P. P01 F equal to under root of P01L into P01P. Okay, or P01 F equal to under root of sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100 into 100. See here, it is a geometric mean of last pair, that is sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 in and passes, that is sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. It is the Fisher's price index number. Yes, got it? Okay, here what is the Fisher's index number? Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of last pairs and passes price index number. It is the geometric mean of last pairs and passes price index number. That is P01 equal to, okay, geometric mean means what? Under root of P01L into P01P, or P01 F equal to under root of sum of P0, that is sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into. Okay, the next concept is Fisher's index number is a ideal index number. Fisher's index number is a ideal index number. Fisher's index number is a ideal index number. Ideal index number. Here the term ideal means what? Good. Here the Fisher's index number is called as ideal, that is good index number. It is a 2 marks question, very important. Why a Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? Why a Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? It is a 2 marks question. Here the first condition is it satisfies both factor reversal test and time reversal test. It satisfies both factor reversal test and time reversal test. Okay, we will discuss in the next classes, that is bias and index numbers, that is test for index number, that is factor reversal test, unit test, circular test and time reversal test. We will discuss in the next class. Here it satisfies both the factor reversal test and time reversal test. The next, it is a geometric mean. It is a geometric mean which is considered as a appropriate average for averaging ratios. Here it is a geometric mean. Fisher's is the geometric mean. Here it is geometric mean of last person passes. Is a geometric mean which is considered as the appropriate average, means best average for averaging ratio. Here geometric mean is the best average for averaging ratio. Arithmetic mean is commonly used average, and geometric mean is the best average for averaging ratio. Here we are using geometric mean means, here the geometric mean we are using Therefore, in Fisher's index number results are very accurate compared to other methods. Third, it takes into account both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. See here, it takes into account both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. See here, I am using here Q0 and Q0, Q1 and Q1. Here, the Fisher's index number takes into account both base year as well as current year quantities are taken as weights. The next fourth condition is it is free from bias. Fourth one is it is free from bias. It is free from bias. Okay, here Fisher's index number is free from bias. Means here we are using geometric mean is the geometric mean which is considered as the best average for averaging ratios. So the Fisher's index number is free from bias. We are using geometric mean is the best average for averaging ratios. So Fisher's index number is free from bias. Okay, these are the four conditions of Fisher's index number. Okay, why Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? So much question. We are trying to get into the first condition is it satisfies both factor reversal test and time reversal test. Second one, it takes into it is a geometric mean which is considered as the best average for averaging ratios. Third one, it takes into account both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. It takes into account both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. And last one is it is free from bias. Just got it. The last 6 unweighted aggregative method is Kelly's index number or price index number. Kelly's index number is also called as fixed weighted index number. Fixed weighted index number, IMS index number. Fixed weighted index number. The last 6 aggregative method is Kelly's index number. Here it is denoted by P01K. Kelly's. Here it is denoted by P01K. That is equal to sum of P1Q by sum of P0Q into 100. We can calculate it as P01K equal to sum of P1Q by sum of P0Q into 100. Here quantities. Okay, here quantities are fixed for both base year and current year quantity. Here the quantities are fixed for both current year as well as base year. See here Q1 Q, okay, not Q0 and Q1. Here only we are taking quantities. It does not deal with base year and current year quantities. It deals with only quantity, that is Q. Here quantities are fixed for both base year and current year period. Okay, that is sum of P1Q by sum of P0Q into 100. These are the various important methods of unweighted aggregative methods. Once again, here there are totally 6 methods are there. One is Laspers price index number. The Laspers price index number deals with the base year quantities. Sum that is equal to sum of P0 L equal to sum of P1 Q0 by sum of P0 Q0 into 100. The second one is Passes price index number. The Passes price index number deals with the current year quantities are taken as weights. Here the current year quantities are taken as weights, that is sum of P1 Q1 by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. It is denoted by sum P01 P. The next third one is Marshall-Edwards index number. Here the average of base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. Here the average of both base year and current year quantities are taken as weights. That is equal to P01 M equal to sum of P1 P0 plus sum of P1 Q1 divided by sum of P0 P1 plus sum of P0 Q1 into 100. The next fourth one is Darvish-Wallace index number. That is P01 D equal to, it is the arithmetic mean of last pass and passage index number. Darvish is the arithmetic mean of last pass and passage index number. That is P01 D equal to 1 by 2 into P01L plus P01B or 1 by 2 into sum of P1 Q0 plus sum of P1 Q0 plus sum of P1 Q1 plus sum of P0 Q1 into 100. The next Fisher's index number. Fisher's index number is the geometric mean of last pass and passage index number. Geometric mean means you have to use under root of, that is P01F equal to under root of P01L into P01P or under root of P01 sum of P1 Q0 divided by sum of P0 Q0 into sum of P1 Q1 divided by sum of P0 Q1 into 100. Here the Fisher's index number is a ideal index number. Why Fisher's index number is called as ideal index number? These are the four reasons are there. The next last one is Kelly's index number. The last aggregative method is Kelly's index number. Kelly's index number is also called as a fixed weighted index number. It is denoted by P01K. It can be calculated as P0 sum of P1Q by sum of P0Q into 100. Here quantities are fixed. For both current year as well as base year. Here quantities are fixed for both current year as well as base year. Okay, these are the various weighted aggregative methods. Okay, the next class we shall discuss the weighted average relatives method. Okay, thank you.